All right, good morning traders and welcome to the Bookmap webinar. This is Bruce at Bookmap. We'll be looking at any market that you guys want to take a look at. I've got some new treats, new kind of things to show you. I think you're going to be really interested. I'm extremely excited about them. So new kind of things to show you. I think you're going to be yeah, I can't wait. So just bear with me as I go through a few different things here this morning, and then we'll dive into it and I'll show this to you guys. Really exciting stuff over here at Bookmap. Next level. All right, so buckle up. Let's go through the order flow and analysis in just a second. We're currently having a 50% off of our MBO bundle. So if you guys are interested in this, you can go to bookmap.com. It's right there on the home page. And you can click on claim the deal here. You'll use a coupon code at checkout when you go through the process here. So just claim the deal. You'll be taken to this page here. You'll scroll down. Here's the deal here. And then you'll get it through the Bookmap marketplace here. So that's where you go and visit first. And then here you'll add it to the cart. And then that's when you'll put in the coupon code. And then that's how you can get the deal. All right. So it's a really great deal. We've never offered this before on the MBO bundle. So it's 50% off for your first month only. So give it a try, see if you like it. A lot of people have asked about this because it's an amazing add-on from Bookmap side to be able to see stops and stop runs as well as icebergs, the transactions from both of these. That gives really unparalleled depth, not only just depth of market and understanding order flow, is understanding the freaking order types within the order flow. That's pretty amazing. Now from that you can start to understand, all right, well, if that is the case, then now I start to understand who uses stops. For example, well, retail traders use stops. Who uses icebergs? Well, larger players. They're going to be using iceberg orders, so we can start to understand their behavior in the auction process. So if you're interested, try it out here. The bundle includes the stops and icebergs on chart and subchart, the liquidity tracker pro version, also the trader map pro version, and then the entire bundle of entire algo suite of the market pulse. That is in itself worth just the price. So all of this together though, and 50% off, give it a shot. Kick the tires, see how you like it. All right. We're also having the December's Blue Jacket, our competition here. Sign up, use your phone here, scan it. You can go to our Blue Jacket page, bookmap.com/Blue Jacket, and you can win 3 months of Global Plus and stocks or futures data. Also 1 month of Discord Nitro. All right, so you guys are well aware of it. It's a part of the Bookmap Academy as well. So you might want to check out the Bookmap Academy. You can go to bookmap.com and then click on the more button here and go to Bookmap Academy. Since you're creating content for the Blue Jacket anyway, apply for the Bookmap Academy, join the Academy, and then you can start to post and get feedback from your content, as well as be part of the competition. All right. And then one more thing to go through here is the 12 days of trading tips. As you guys know, I've been away for a little bit, so yeah, good to be back. Yeah, thanks, Caesar. Hello, Alois and Stephen. I'm going to show you the where you can sign up for this. It's on Bookmap, and just go to. I'll put the link into the chat for you. You probably got an email for it already, but there you go. And every day, it's like the 12 days of Christmas, and this is like a little advent calendar in here. You open up the window here each day. So this is the concept, and you'll get a trading tip from one of our Bookmap educators. It's a great campaign that we have running here. And let me show you. Well, first off, that's where to go for it. And let me put this also in YouTube. There you go. You've got it. This will bring you to our Discord. All right. So it'll bring you to our Discord channel here. And then there you'll see the at the top here, the 12 days of trading is right here. And then this is what it looks like in here. Every day you're getting a tip. So here's Scott Pulcini on day 8, day 7. We had Robert Rother, day 6. Brandon's 12 tips for successful trading. Tom B on day 5. From Mata Trading, we had Marco on day 4. So it's really great stuff in here. Really fun campaign as we release this content for you. And go check it out. Just click on the link here. Frank, for example, did astounding a PDF that he put together here. This is where you can find it here. And then you'll go to visit that, and you can download it here if you like as well. He put together an amazing piece of content here that has both is 10 different tips and tricks that he put together, and then with a theme as well as it in English and Spanish here. So some really nice stuff. Join the campaign. Click on the content. Check it out here. You can see Jay Trader has a video in here. Looks like Tom B also, he has a video in here, etc. So all sorts of good stuff here. Robert Rother, another video here. Go check it out, and partake in the holiday festive moment here, as well as learn about some trading tips and tricks. All right. Okay, let's move on. Did I go through the disclosure? No. All right. Risk disclosure. Or general disclosure, all Bookmap limited materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice nor recommendations. A risk disclosure, trading futures, equities, and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right. Let's jump into Bookmap, and I got to show you guys something right off the bat here. I think you're going to love it. I'm ecstatic about this. Now, this is a Bookmap alpha version that I'm looking at. As you guys can see here, I can zoom out and look at several days here in Bookmap. Okay, now this is it only works with Bookmap data for now. And you can see ESH5. I can zoom out and you can see the non-farm event over here from several days ago, or a couple days ago here on the 18th. We can zoom out even more. Okay. Now this is you can also look at the continuous contract of ES, and when it did rollover, you'll see a big spike and jump in price. That's rollover. That's how it works. It goes from one contract to the next. And then at a specific time, the CME now supports that contract. All right, based on open interest or volume. Okay, so yep. Let's take a look here. Anyway, guys, like this is going to be a game changer in here, in my opinion. I can't wait to dive more into this. Look at the detail here that I can see in the liquidity heat map in a bigger picture context here. Okay, so look at this back and forth here before non-farm, boom, non-farm. Look at the liquidity up in these areas in here. Where did price go? Right to it. Then you see it drop back down, make lower lows here. But you see on the bid in these areas in here, they're getting filled in the ES. We dive a little bit lower here into higher liquidity on the bid here. Now look at the price. Now we're seeing the aggressor come in. Okay, so for example, Uh, we'll just even open it up, the trading. I believe the trading will work here. Let me take a look here. I'll send it to the ES Rhythmic. And yeah, I'll be using the add-on in here, the multi-account here. Okay, so I'm going to click that. I believe this will work. And we'll go with the 1 lot, 2 lot, 4 lot bot. Click OK or X out of this. Okay, and then my trading's all set up here. Yep. My brackets are all messed up here, so I need to take profit. We'll put in 30. Oops. On a minute. 15. All right. So for example, right now, I'm just going to jump in right now. All right. This is based off way higher time frame. This is fantastic. So I'm bullish. Why? Just by order flow alone. All right. Just look at this in here. We're breaking this trend line here from the 19th on down. And what has happened, and I'll reach out to you guys in here in Discord or over in YouTube if you guys are part of our Discord. Well, if you're not, you should come on over and join the community, because it's a pretty lively community and lots of content and a lot of feedback you're going to get from other like-minded traders. All right, now look, we'll see if this works out or not, but like I'm just doing this as a it's not a trade recommendation or anything whatsoever like that. We are looking at higher time frame, and this is our idea here. Is we broke the trend to the downside. We see that lots of liquidity being filled in these areas on the way down. Okay, and now we know, as we've covered in our education time and again, what do you guys think I'm gonna cover here? On just a minute, let me zoom down just a little bit into our chat room here in Discord. Hold Discord. Okay, I got it. Don't have it. There it is. Okay. Okay, so I don't know, Alan or Caesar, like what have we been talking about in terms? There's two different kinds of order flow that we're interested in. Okay, and both from supply and demand. Okay, not in supply, there's two different types. In demand, there's two different types as well. Okay, what kind of types are they? No, not institutional and retail. No, but that's a good stab at it there, Caesar. Okay, now I might be a little late to the party here because of the timing of the day here, but we'll see. I just wanted to jump in here, and I wanted to show you that you can trade off of these much higher time frames and manage your stops this way as well. No, here's the deal. We're talking about passive supply and aggressive supply versus passive demand and aggressive demand. Okay, so this is passive demand here, and this is typical on how things work. Okay, lots of traders waiting and getting filled on the bid. Okay, you can see it in the liquidity heat map here. All right, as simple as that. And now, what are we waiting for? We're waiting for the aggressive demand to come in, and we see it here. Look at the volume dots. Look at the size of these volume dots. And for these two reasons, we are looking for these aggressive buyers to continue to take price higher. And we're looking for them to now start to meet, because this is like a reversal here. So we are looking for them to start to meet the passive supply up in these areas. Okay, because the aggressors are now in charge of the market. This is about as simple as you can get with order flow examples, and we'll continue to go this route because it just works. It's just how the markets work. We've covered it for years in our education, but at much lower time frames. Now with this new alpha version of Bookmap, which you guys will have access to in coming weeks for this alpha version of Bookmap. Okay, we are just letting this run here, and this is a game changer here, right? So now where do we want to take some profit here? You know, we're going to look for the demand to meet supply, and we just traded into some supply here. There's some a little bit higher though too up here. Okay, so let's see what we get here. Let's move I'm going to move my take profit up to here. Okay, so we're looking for around this 59.50 area to transact. Okay, that's it. Now at this point here, I can even move my stop up to break even. Okay, or just below break even here. The swing is kind of here, so I'm kind of looking to go a little bit below break even. Anyway, I'm just going with what I see here on higher time frame order flow. Okay, putting those pieces together and wrapping it around a very, very simple strategy. Make sense? Okay, so this is where we want to get out here. Okay, and we'll watch it really closely here. Okay, I'm gonna move my my stop up a little bit here. Okay, because yeah, we can put it above break even at this point. Okay, now we're stopped out, or our profit has been taken. Okay, so we're out of our position. We traded 2 contracts here, one to get in, one to get out, and we had boy, I don't even, did it even go against us? Yeah, it did a little bit, a little back and forth in here. It went against us, and then been nothing but net really on the way up here, and it's still going, right? Now what do we have like in terms of taking profit? There's a couple of different things to look at. On a higher time frame, I mean, heck, maybe you know, it depends on the time frame you're trading is really the key here. Where do you think price is going to go on the higher time frame? Well, I mean, maybe today is the day, like it goes up into some of these levels up here. We just traded to 59.50. Okay, 6,000's up here, and we can see that there's liquidity up there already. Anyway, like I said, this to me, in my mind, this is a game changer. This is beautiful too. Look at the swing up here from the 19th, and the liquidity being provided up there as well. Okay, now we don't know. That's why I was kind of front running some of this high liquidity here and got out. Now I also have my reasons for the day. For the day, I have my reasons. Okay, now if I turn this into a swing trade though, I would still be in it. I'd be looking for up here at 6,000. Okay, we don't know. It might go up there today. This is tremendous momentum here. So maybe we will. Okay, but I had my reasons, as well as getting out in front of high liquidity after a big move up already. And we also have 10:30 right now, East Coast time. So around 10:30 to 11 or so, usually around 10:30, we see a reversal start to take place, typically. Okay, in this case, we haven't seen it yet. Yeah, we just instead just got out in front of that high liquidity that's here. In front of it right there. Okay, just trading up to another level of it here. That's that. Now, it would have been nicer to be in multiple contracts on this one. Then we could just let it run. All right. Really? No. Are you guys over in Discord here? Really? Come on. I mean, this is a whole nother playing field here now. I mean, I'm ecstatic about this. I'm surprised that I don't really see the yeah. Let's go. Exactly. And this is amazing. Now, in terms of the MBO, the bot you can see in here. There's other drawbacks at the moment. This is an alpha version, so it may even crash on us. But look at this zoom out, though. This is amazing. Okay. So let's continue to zoom out. And now again, this is not the continuous contract here that I'm looking at. Okay, so we're going to see the order flow in here fall off a bit, and that is because this is the H contract. Okay, but we can look at the continuous contract in here too. All right, I'll have to close this and we'll reopen it with the continuous contract. Okay, now again, this only works with Bookmap data for now, but we'll look at the continuous contract here, the ES from Bookmap data. Click subscribe. We're up and running. Okay, and let's take a look. Interesting. So my drawings are on here as well. Okay, this is good. Now what happened here? This is rollover. Okay, so if we go to the CME, this is not an error. This is rollover. If we go to the CME volume ES. Okay, here are the contract specs for the ES. We're on the H contract now, and let's take a look at. Now we won't have an historical view of this in here, the volume and open interest, but you can see clearly here now we have rolled over. Okay, the volume has in the December contract is still transacting, but we see total volume here 532,000. In the March contract for 2025, we see almost 2.4 million. Okay, so very clearly we have rolled over. The open interest, same, looks very similar in here. So we're on that contract, and that contract, well, this is what you call what is it, normal. This is your normal contract. Like, it's not backwardation. It's the future contract was worth more, and this is that gap in here. And you look at the liquidity in that one. So night and day difference. Very thinly traded up in here, and then boom, the rollover takes place, and we can see it's totally different. So my drawings are going to be a little different in here now too. Okay, so that's what we're seeing. Now, but let me just show you this here. Okay, we'll just zoom out. Here's 2022. Here's 2021 back here. I think I can zoom out even more. This is enough though. So I've got like 3 years of data in here. Okay, we can start to understand all of this at a completely different level now. Okay, and liquidity as well, and zoom into these areas in here. So we're still, like I said, this is still an alpha version, but look at, you can see this high liquidity in here is kind of faint, but this is where we're interested. You can see that there's something going on in here. So let's use the zoom tool here. Okay, and we're going to zoom into here. Right, And then in here, now you can see days in here. Each vertical dotted line is actually several days. It's like a week. Let's continue to zoom in then. Okay, we can either use this zoom drag tool, or we can zoom in. You can see the weekend over here, right, where there's no data. All right, so I'm interested in this. Well, you can see the turnaround in here, guys. This is exactly what we were talking about in terms of what happens with liquidity and reversals. Okay, so let's just take a quick look, and I want to show our Bookmap education in the diagram form to show this to you guys. Go to bookmap.com and click on education, and then we're going to look at this diagram here for your reversal and head and shoulders, and we're talking about here. Okay. Now, as price is coming down, the aggressor here, look at the aggressive supply. Okay, the aggressors here, red dots, driving the market lower. The passive buyers on the bid continue to get filled on the way down. Okay, then we see, as you can see on the pullback here, very little buying. There'll be some, but we just didn't put a dot in here. And then on this one, we see a lot more. Okay, now on this one, on this pullback, the pullback's deeper, in fact, and you can see that it trades up into high liquidity on the offer here, and we get a pullback here, but a lot more aggressive buying now coming in. And now the pullback here and the selling is a lot less than all of it what we saw previously here. There can be high liquidity here on the bid at a higher level as well. That's how you get your shoulder, head, and shoulder. And then you see this volume and order flow shift right at the head typically. Okay, and now we're looking for the aggressors to come in here. If we drew a trend line across here, this is what you're seeing today. Okay, and that move higher. We'll go back and show that again. But you can see the same thing starting to kind of materialize here. Okay, it's just on the order flow. Look at the bid here, and look at the bid in this area here getting filled kind of on the way down. Okay, a lot of interest in here on the offer, also pushing down, as you guys can see. Here's basically like the head right in here. Look at all this liquidity on the bid in here. Okay, we're getting a lot deeper insight to what's going on in here. Okay, and we see that shift and that change and that move around. Okay, and now we're looking for those aggressors to come out and bring this higher. Now this is kind of odd to see this as more selling in here, moving on up, but we're probably going to get a pretty big pullback, which we do. But we see this in stocks all the time. The data is not incorrect. There was a lot of aggressive selling. Okay, but price continued to go higher here. We covered this in another, well, we have another video that we will go over and cover how this happens in here. It makes sense because of the, there's a lot of icebergs. There is also just high liquidity getting filled. And you might get the selling hitting into it, but price continues to kind of float higher. Anyway, it can happen like that, and you can see it here. Okay, in stocks we've seen this a lot in the past. Okay, so now we zoom in here to, well, hold on, let's just go through that again. All right, we can even go through and look at measured moves in here. Okay, let's start to mark it up. Okay, here is a huge range. Actually, well, it might even be this range in here. Looks pretty good. But let's just go with the bigger range here. Okay, and then we're going to duplicate it, and we're going to look at how much more fuel does the market have in it. Okay, I mean, to the T almost here, right up to it. Okay, so this this measured move in here works quite nicely. Maybe this move is over, and if we zoom in here and we look at the non-farm, Someone's telling us something in here. They're ready to take some profit. And now this was the non-farm, and I'm sorry, this was not non-farm. This was FOMC, and the there was expectations on raising interest rates, or I'm sorry, lowering interest rates, etc. Well, this is what happened. We cannot deny the technical part of it, and now we don't care what the data is necessarily. We care about what the traders and the order flow are telling us. Okay, and you can see, we can zoom back in here and take a look. Where did we got out? Somewhere around in here, I think, and price continued to go up. Okay, well, we had our reasons and we got out of our trade. I also wanted to just get out in a short. I wanted to look at the bigger picture, but also get out in the short term here. Let's go to our, we can probably start this back up. Yeah, and our price data is still in. Okay. Years of data, that's right, Aloise. Now, we found ways around this. This has been a lot of work, so it's taken a long time to get here. Okay, the programmers have worked really hard on this, and now it's available. Okay, and you guys will have access to it soon. Right, now you can see what I did in here as well. I mean, God, we've got so many different things going on. It's really great. We have Bookmap. First off, we're a data provider. Okay, this only works with Bookmap data for now, and then I'm able to route it though to my paper trading account over in Rhythmic, my trading activity. Okay, so for all of you guys using the some of these prop trading services, well, you can do the same. Okay, so you can route multiple contracts, one lot, two lot, and here, this is my setup here. Okay, in each account. So my primary account in Rhythmic paper trading here is 60. I have 60.1 and 60.2 here. You can see in 60, I'm trading 1. I'm using a multiplier in, that's over here, 1. Right, because I'm trading off of that one. But then I'm routing trades to my 60.1, but a multiplier of 2. So for every 1 over here, it's equal to 2. And then my 60.2, I'm actually routing 4 there. Okay, you can add more if you want, whatever you want to do. You have multiple bots in here. You can add 1 and 20, or 1, 5, and 10, whatever it is you want to do. Okay, so if you're looking at your Apex account or your Top Step Trader or Bullnox, whatever it is, okay, you got that working in this higher time frame now too. Yeah, Kenobi, that's kind of a pity. Yeah, I didn't know that not be able to use Bookmap data in other charting platforms. Yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe they'll be able to connect if demand is high enough. Let's see. What, I'm sorry, this is funny. If I watch how much data 10 hours are recorded, F1C. Yeah, I mean, you've got it all here. You've got this really kind of weird thing with the rollover here, but nonetheless, that's it would be better for today. It would be better to be trading off of the H5 contract, but I wanted to zoom out and show you the continuous contract in here and show you the days. Look at this. I mean, like each line in here, this is not loss of data. This is the weekend. Okay, so this is the weekend. This is the week. It's a weekend. It's great stuff. Anyway, let's see what's happening here with price and current order flow. And let me get rid of this our drawings in here for now too. Okay, so our measured move unfolded, and now we're kind of looking at maybe a bigger picture structure we'll need to kind of understand or ascertain here. In fact, let's start with that. And we're still just in an uptrend. And this is a real nice reversal down here. This is, guys, put our feet to the fire. You know, our education, we're not making this stuff up. This works on, if you want to understand fractals and how markets work on all time frames, we got it here, right? So look at this move here. This is very, very clear. Let's just look. We're going to jump back to our candlestick chart, and I'll show you. Okay, so back 3 months. Okay, so here's our candlestick chart. Here's our FOMC. Here's our previous swing, and then here's the move into that previous swing, and we found some demand. Okay, and we just covered what that looked like in the order flow on the higher time frame, and it is this little area that we're talking about right now, from over here to here. Okay, so again, okay, so that's what we're looking at, and that's why we're seeing buyers starting to come back in. Okay, now how much fuel is in the tank here? Well, I don't know. This looks pretty good. Like we said 6,000. Well, look where price dropped at FOMC, and we have 60.50 up here. Okay, so maybe we're geared to rally up into that area here. Now we're likely gonna find a pullback in here. Maybe this was it already. This is the time of day. This is the pullback we were kind of looking for. That's why we got out earlier, was due to that potential pullback here. And time of day and liquidity. But you know, we kind of, I mean, the structure is still bullish in here. Okay, on this higher time frame, no question about it. Okay, on the lower time frame, not so much necessarily. Okay, we just had some exhaustion here and some selling. Okay, so maybe sellers test these buyers at this point and trade back down to these lower levels, or maybe even 65 here, before we find buyers again and resume the trend. Okay. Another thing in here. Well, let's just do this. We're going to average in. Okay. So I'm going to, boy, I'm really going to widen these out. Let's put in 50 for our take profit and our stop loss. Let's just bring it down to half of it, 25, 2 to 1. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. We're anticipating this move, right? But what we're gonna do is we're still bullish here. Okay, so we're gonna average in over a period here of time. Okay, I'm gonna put some limits in these areas in here. In fact, I want to get filled on this one as well, right around in here. It's pretty good to me. Okay, so we're filled on that one now. Okay, and I'm gonna move my stop down to there. Now this is a very different strategy, but like we're just looking at a range in here. Are we still bullish? Okay, where do we think price is going to go? Well, we think it's going to come up into maybe this 6,000 level. Okay, so we can take some off before that up in here, and this high liquidity up in here. Okay, maybe we'll get out. I remember 80 being over the years here, or months here, being kind of a critical level. So maybe I'll take it in front of that, or maybe I'll wait for 82. Well, let's put it up here in front of 82. Okay, so now we got 2 on. All right, and we have a third bullet here down at the bottom of the range, and we'll see. Maybe we'll get filled there, maybe we won't. Okay, and now we're just going to let this ride here. And let me get rid of the drawings again. Yeah, pretty bullish in here today as well. Look at all the liquidity down at these lower levels down in here, not filled, and we see those aggressors come in here at the cash open. So still looking for more momentum here to the upside. Okay. We know we're going to get a pullback at this point. Okay. Well, we're more likely to get a pullback at this time of day. Okay. Now let's even take a look at my stop in here. We can manage this maybe a little bit better too. Okay, we always look for these little jags in here where there's kind of a pause and then buying coming back in. Okay. These areas in here can be targets. Now, we've gone over this for years, okay, where we will find buyers down in here. So they could be targets for the sellers. So I'm going to be below that area actually with my stops. Now we may come all the way back down today to where we broke out from here around, well, at the time of the webinar when we took the position on the way up here. Okay, but right now we are going to keep it just below this little jag before it went back up to the upside here. Buyers came in here. Okay, and we're averaging in, we're bullish still, and we're going to take some off at the top of the range up in here, or this high liquidity up in here. And we'll see. Okay, now, guys, this is, we've covered this multiple times, and you have to be very careful trading this way because now you are scaling in to your position. You're averaging your position here, but that is the design of the strategy, okay, to average in and average out. Okay, because we're now kind of throwing a hand grenade instead of being a sniper. Just saying, okay, well, we're still kind of bullish here, the best way to use this, because one of the things with futures that is a huge benefit and also a curse is the leverage that you have access to. It is a very powerful tool to trade futures. That's why everyone's drawn to it, is because the leverage is incredible. And you can have a very small account and have tremendous leverage. Okay, for $5,000 or less than that, $500 you can open an account. You can trade micros for the day, right? So anyway, be very, very careful with this way of trading, okay? Because you can get really hurt. So use micros and watch your account closely, or take this concept and go back and study it. Is this something that may work for you? Okay, so you're kind of averaging in and averaging out of position. It's a little bit like options in essence, if you're trading options, because when you're trading like buying calls or buying puts, you basically have your risk parameters already built in, which is great. You know that you can lose a certain amount, and that's it. It can't go more against you. You know the risk profile of it precisely, and it has unlimited upside or profit potential. Okay? Now, if you're selling calls and puts, well, then it's the opposite. You have unlimited risk, and you have limited profit, and that's just the profile of it. You can do some sort of like spread or vertical spread or whatever it is, and cap both. Okay, you buy a call and sell a call, and depends on if you want it to be a credit or debit spread. It's up to you. Anyway, the point is that you're kind of averaging or you're limiting your risk, and we're doing it over a range in here. Okay. All right, let me see if there's any questions over on YouTube. Okay, we're just staying in our position in here, looking for this to be a magnet here for those bulls to trade up into this high liquidity. Okay, that's it. And then we'll get out one contract and we've got a winner, or a runner, I'm sorry. Okay, so our first leg we're out of, and we're running with one more contract here. And I'm going to cancel my other contract here. I guess I could keep it in, but at this point, it looks like I want to manage a runner. That's how I'm going to. That's why I'm going to cancel this one. And now I'm going to move my stop up, and I think I'll keep it. I'm going to keep it right around here. This little swing here, I'm kind of watching, or maybe this swing here, but I want to give it a little breathing room here. Okay. And then I'm going to move my, no, I can keep my take profit up here at 96, 97, somewhere around there. Yeah, that looks good. Now this is tricky in here, even on the higher time frame is little tricky. How you want to give your stop some breathing room in here. Okay. And maybe I may move it, to be honest. Right, I want to stay in this position. I like the momentum in here. If I look at the bigger picture, let's again zoom out and look at that bigger picture. Look at this momentum. Right, so trading up to 6,000 is not much of a stretch. Okay, for the day. Okay, so how do I stay in that position? Well, let's just take a look at some of the areas in here that we typically cover in the order flow. First off, we have a couple different trend lines here. We have a bigger trend line down here, and then a smaller trend line here that is just being broken or tested. So this area here looks highly probable it will trade, and it just did. Okay, so where's the next level? If we get more sellers in here, or are we getting buyers here? Okay, well, it would probably be down here at this swing here. We can also look at the volume profile in here. Where did a lot of transactions take place? Well, we have a high volume node here. And do we want to keep our stop there at that point to stay in this trade and give it the breathing room? Maybe not. Maybe we want to be below that high volume node. Okay, maybe we want to be down here. Maybe if they're going to run the stops, we'd even want to keep it down here, much lower, below this kind of 65 liquidity in here. Okay, but I'm going to keep it down here, and we'll decide when price starts to come down in this area. We'll look at the momentum and start to quantify it here. But right now, it's pretty nice. It's this bot in here providing some of this liquidity, but it is aligning here with the high volume node in here, right, at 59.70. So I imagine there's going to be some other traders, though. They're going to keep their liquidity at this level, thinking this is a deal. All this momentum here to the upside, this is a deal to look for a pullback. Okay, and we may engage in that as well. Okay, we may add to our position again here. Okay, we get some good signals. Okay, and again, adding into scaling in over a period in here. All right, getting interesting. So let's see here. A little back and forth. Again, let's take a look at this in here. Is this the kind of reversal that we were looking for? I don't really see a whole lot of high liquidity getting filled in here. In fact, let's jump over to TraderMap Lite here and get a little deeper insight in here. Definitely down here, you can see the higher liquidity in here staying in the order book here. Okay, so it's really coming down here to test that. This swing here is what it looks like, and that high volume node that we talked about here. Guys, this is very typical this time of day, 11 o'clock. Now the question is, how do we want to manage our take profit or our stop loss here? I'm actually looking to add into this down at these levels in here. Okay, so let's see. Now we're starting to see a little reaction in here, but again, is that enough buying? Is that the aggressor we're looking for in here? I would say no, not at all. It might be. It might turn into it. We might get really big green dots up in here, and it does turn into that move that we're looking for. But right now, I don't see it. Okay, it's more of a reaction here off of that high volume node, this trend line, and this swing in here. We have multiple levels in here to take a look at. Okay, now we can see some others joining the party in here, starting to join. So it's looking better now. Okay, so now we traded up to this swing up here. Put that swing in. There we go. Okay. And we're still finding our aggressors. Okay. Notice this pattern. And notice how this was exactly what we were looking at earlier. It was actually here, but due to the rollover, we have this kind of bump up, right? But this is exactly the same pattern. It's a fractal. I mean, basically it was down here, and then just have to take this these transactions here and move it down here. This bump here due to the rollover is what's happening. Okay, so yeah, we didn't add to it, didn't quite see it, but you guys, look at the flexibility you have even with the ability to add in. Like we were like, no, that wasn't really the volume we were looking for in here, and then up in here it started to look a lot better. Okay? And I missed it. But it's playing out the way we were kind of looking for it to play out. I wasn't too comfortable to add up here, but you know, if you'll need to kind of look into your strategy deeper, and this you can add into positions in here. I just need to see a lot of momentum here for me, and I didn't. That's why I stayed away from it. Okay, because the likelihood for another pullback in here is pretty high. Anyway, guys, let's take a look at that actually, and we're going to talk about the context in here of that of this liquidity and order flow, these transactions in here. This is a really strong move to the upside. Okay, and this is even this sideways activity in here is pretty is still pretty bullish. Okay, we don't see these kind of big swings in here. It's a kind of tight little range in here. So this is like a more bullish kind of flag pattern that we're looking at. Okay, well, our final target is up here in front of that 6,000 here. Okay, that we're targeted this high liquidity that's up in this area here. Oh yeah, Rob, over in Rob Canton over in YouTube. Uh, Bookmap prepares extremely well with VWAP or auction market theory. Well, auction market theory is throughout Bookmap. It's just, it is the auction. It's not even a theory. But VWAP as well as volume profile can work extremely well with Bookmap. In fact, in my opinion, it goes way beyond volume profile and market profile, way beyond it. And you're looking at all of the data in here. Here, let me just show you what I mean. We'll just add another column here. Use a chart range profile. All right, guys, our final target has been reached. Just in front of 6,000 up here, or this liquidity here at 50 or 98. Okay, and it still looks bullish. Okay, so we may come up and revisit swing we were talking about earlier. Oh, I don't know, maybe this 60-50 area. It's another 50 points. So we're talking the S&P is going to be moving over 150 points today, maybe. $170 points, something like that. Maybe. This is pretty strong buying. All right, so this is what I wanted to demo, though. We're just going to widen out these columns a little bit. Okay, and you want to look at your, your profiles in here. You know what? This will only work for the day right now. Columns are only working for the day. Okay, so we have the order flow, liquidity, and transactions. We do not have that for 3 years now, it looks like. But we don't have it in the columns, nor do we have it in the indicator subchart. Okay, so we're not going to get too much out of that in terms of volume profile at the moment. Okay, we've got it for the day, though, and let's just look at the profile for the day. Okay, so profile for the day, we transacted back and forth in here, and then let's see here. So you see your high volume node down here, all of this volume, and then the move on up, very low volume in here, and then this little kind of sideways action during this webinar. We see the volume profile here, and then we decided to get back into this trade after taking some profit up here, and then getting back in, and then averaging in this range in here, taking some off here, and then almost averaging in yet again in here, but decided to stay away from it and just didn't see quite the volume we were looking for, but looks like it worked out anyway, and just trading up into close to 6,000 here. I don't think it's traded yet. No, not yet, but it looks pretty poised to trade it. Yeah, guys, really, I'm kind of surprised. Like, some of you are like, "Wow, this is great." Like, this is a big deal. This being able to zoom out like this in Bookmap. Again, this is only alpha version, and there'll be some hiccups along the way, but you can see it's working pretty well. And we've integrated it pretty dang nicely within some trading as well. And then look at our candles in here. Is this? I mean, this just looks medieval now, in my mind. Just totally tarot cards or something. Like, you're just making stuff up in here. I mean, the swings are still important, but and looking at the speed of moves and the candle sizes and the wicks and all these kinds of things, but you're getting a lot more out of looking at these liquidity levels and this the passive supply and demand versus the aggressive supply and demand. For the day, yeah, this is still very possible up here. It's a lot of momentum. 60-50. I hope to see some of you guys make it make some content on that up to 60-50 and got out. That'd be fantastic. Okay, just about to trade 6,000. There we go. And let's see what the demand is above that. We're probably going to get a pullback here. Okay. And the reason being is this is the passive supply, and the aggressive demand met the passive supply here. The transaction took place, and typically we get some sideways action or a pause or a pullback. Now, maybe we should do a study on that. Like, what is the kind of percentage of the time that we get that? We may even get a reversal off of that area on a smaller time frame. Sometimes, though, percentage of the time, I don't know, like 20, maybe 30% of the time, we don't. It just hits it and continues to trade through it. And then, in fact, we typically see flip of the order book at that point. High liquidity on the offer flips to the bid as price continues to go up here. Okay, Caesar. Yeah, have a good day. Have a good weekend. Yeah, see, there's still more supply up here getting filled. Okay, see if we can get a little bit more in here. Now, the Trader Map Lite, let's just jump over to that version of this and zoom out a little bit. You can see that I can't zoom out as much, but we can see that we have access to it here as well. Yeah, I don't have the same amount of data in here. It's only working on the MBO data here. Yeah, new treats. Yeah, yeah. I'm ecstatic about this. Like, this is so great that we have this now. That we can integrate much higher time frame analysis in here, and do all sorts of things in here. I mean, we'd be scalping and we would trade like now this is a good day and it's trending. but we let it run, and we traded 3 times. All 3 were winners, luckily. The But we're just trading a lot less volume in here. We're not scalping, and letting it run, and letting it do its thing here. Stephen, I think you especially are going to really enjoy this. Your patience in the markets, and waiting for setups and then letting them work have been a real huge benefit to your trading out. So this will really improve that. Yeah, it should be great for you, Stephen. I think so. Okay, we got our pullback. Now let's just take a look at this in here. Okay, we got our pullback, and now we're looking at more demand if it's coming in, and we're starting to see some. Okay, now they got to make more. There's got to be more demand at a higher high here. Okay, are we getting there? Not really. I'm seeing some liquidity in the way here. Here's some on the bid though as well. Okay, they're starting to transact. Okay. All right, so here we go. So yeah, we kind of exhausted out and found some sellers here. Okay, so let's see if those aggressors come back in. Yeah, this is getting we may find the aggressors. They may take on this liquidity here at 1.5, but this is just not looking the same to me. It's not looking as high probability. It looks like it's going to be kind of choppy for a little bit here. So I'm going to stay away from it. A little more demand. All right, so now this is our 3rd attempt up here, 4th attempt. This does make sense to see the breakout at this point. I almost wanted to jump in right in here as soon as we started the aggressive demand come in, but yeah, it's too late now. I would love to just trade it up to this 05 anyway. I wouldn't be looking for much. Let's go back to our trader map light for this version or this view. Yeah, so trade into this high liquidity, our pull back now. There's still demand. These markets have a lot of demand coming in. Wow, nice move. I hope you guys are still in it, looking for that just in front of that 60-50 up here. All right, let me see any other questions. No. Let's add it in our other column here. change that into a chart range volume profile. Okay, we were just looking for 05 in here, right? But it went up to about 10, a little bit higher, and now we're seeing some pretty heavy selling coming in here. We're still bullish, but the selling, I'm looking for the sellers to try to extend it a bit lower here. It's end of the week, and Europe, end of the European session, so looking for these guys to maybe exit some of their positions right around now. This is very, very typical. And then we can look to see if we resume course a little later in the afternoon. You can see the demand coming in here. Liquidity around 02 to 03, or 01 to 03 now. So there's still demand in here. Now that doesn't mean that there might be enough selling pressure to trade all into that here, and then we'll look for the next reversal potentially here. If this is a counter trend trade in the bigger time frame, but on the smaller time frame, we'd look for this to play out into this high liquidity here, and then the demand start to come in. The demand is coming in on the passive side very clearly in this level above 6,000 here. And we want to see if it's met with supply. Guys, did I show you the new trading journal we have? Okay, so if you guys are see, do I have it? Do I have it connected? Oh, I might not have it connected here for right now. No, I don't. This is a pity here. So the trades that I just took are not going to show. Here we can take another trade though and get it to show up. Let me sync it with my web journal here. And this is the add-on you need here is trading statistics. Okay. And let's just take a quick trade off of this. Oh, I got to get set up here really quickly. Oh, I'm already trading off of it. Okay, I got to go back to this one. Okay, highs of the day. Kind of missed it. Let me just show it to you anyway. Here, we'll take that one. Okay, and then I'll just get out here. Okay, so so I got right out at break even. So, well, anyway, it'll still show up. So this is all included with Global Plus. It's a web trading journal here. So if you guys are paying for this service, you know, you've got it here for free in Bookmap, and go for it and go play around with it. We just made some huge updates in here. And you can see the all the different metrics you're getting in here: long short ratio, win loss ratios, profit, total profit by time of day in here as well. Okay, So here I had this huge loss here. That's why it's showing at 12, but it was one trade. Actually, there were multiple contracts on. It was this little area in here, and actually that was a glitch. And also, it's funny enough, it's a glitch on the way back up as well. But anyway, so I'll take that and just we'll kind of wash that one out, basically. But anyway, you can look at your profit by the day of the week. Okay, so obviously I had some pretty big winners here on some of these days in here. Boy, trading some size in here really kind of blew out some of these statistics. So it makes them a little bit kind of worthless. But you have all the different instruments that you're trading down here as well. The average profit by time in the trade here. Okay, so you can see the time in the trade down in these areas in here. This is fantastic stuff. And now we also have, if you want to look at all of the individual trades, go to the trades table here, and it'll show them all here. This is the one we just took, I think, here, right? No, it's not it. Back for should be entry date. All trading journals should show up. That's on the 13th. Doubt about it. It's on August. Should show up. Maybe it needs to kind of sync with it here. Let me try syncing again. Oh, I don't have it check marked here. That's why. Okay, my bad. All right, I didn't have it check marked for. I had it for the Trader Map Lite, but not regular Bookmap. That was the problem. Okay, so let's do it again. Okay, trade down to the range. Let's get back in and let's get back out immediately if we can. See if we get our aggressors come back in. Okay, and we're out. So we made a little profit on that one. And now it'll show up in here. Should. Oh, this is all of the trading activity. Okay. Might not be working with this new version. That's as far as I can see. I'm not sure. I need to double check on that, guys. This new version of Bookmap here for the zoom out. Yeah, we'll see. I'll get back to you on that. A lot of the add-ons aren't working in this new zoom out view of Bookmap or version of Bookmap. I know that's an issue. So I believe that translates also to the statistics here. Anyway, guys, let's wrap it up. Good to be back. So missed you guys Monday and Tuesday. I was away, but we're back, and we'll be back also next week. But it's holiday week, so we'll have a new schedule for you and let you know all about that. You'll see it in the calendar, and we're gonna have a new calendar here for you very soon as well. But just go to bookmap.com, click on education. And this is the learning center in here. We've got our courses in here, of course, as well as our calendar here. You'll see for next week. Obviously we took them off for Christmas here, but we may take off a few other days in here as well. It's going to be a really slow week, and even the week after is really quite slow. I don't know. Maybe we'll put a poll out. If you guys, what do you think? Do you want to have some content? You want to see some trading activity, or are you going to show up, or not? Yeah, so that might be the way to go. I don't know, Dan. Let's talk about it a little later, and we'll come up with something for you guys. All right. Thanks for coming, everybody. Really excited about this new version of Bookmap, and how we can just kind of casually sit back and watch this play out on the higher time frames, and take advantage of looking at order flow on those higher time frames, and instead of this very, very myopic view scalping, which you can use Bookmap for that, no problem, on higher time frames even previously, but it is now so much easier. It's so much easier to zoom out like that. It's fantastic. I'll have more and more for you guys. I'll get back to you next week about some of the updates on what's going on with this new version. In the meantime, go check out the tips and tricks from the holiday calendar here that we have. If you go to the right here, 12 days of trading, you'll see all the tips and tricks from the different traders for the 12 days of trading here. And then also, if you want to give Bookmap MBO bundle a try, this is the time. Go to bookmap.com. Here's the MBO deal right here on the top. Click on that and get half off of your stops and icebergs here in Bookmap. All right. Thanks for coming, everybody, and we will catch up with you next week. Okay. Yep. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.